In the village of Timbleton, nestled between hills that giggled in the breeze, lived a curious boy named Eli. He was just 9 years old, but his thirst for adventure knew no bounds. One sunny afternoon, while skipping through the town, he stumbled upon an old shop he'd never noticed before. Its windows were dusty, its paint chipped, and above the door, 2 hands on an old clock seemed to be frozen in a perpetual embrace. The name on the sign was written in swirling letters: Tick and Tock's timepieces. As Eli peered through the window, he could see shelves stacked with clocks of all shapes and sizes, and from within the store, a faint melody echoed out, a symphony of ticks and tocks that seemed to beckon him inside. Hesitantly, he pushed open the door and stepped into a wonderland of ticking clocks.
All around him, clocks of all sizes chimed in harmony, their pendulums swinging in a silent rhythm.
Behind the counter stood an old man with twinkling eyes and a long white beard that reached his knees. "Welcome," said the old man, his voice as warm as clockwork. "I am Mr. Tig, and in here, we don't just sell time, we make memories." Eli couldn't help but smile. "Wow," he whispered. "Does time live here?" "Ah, young one," said Mr. Tig,
his eyes twinkling.
"Time lives everywhere. It flows through your fingers as you speak, through the leaves of the trees outside, even through the smiles you share and the dreams you hold. But it behaves differently if you know its secrets." As he spoke, Eli's gaze fell upon a golden pocket watch on the counter. It was shaped like a flower, and its petals seemed to glow with a soft inner light. "What's that?" he asked, his eyes wide with wonder. "That," said Mr. Tick, his voice dropping to a low whisper, "is the flower of time. It can stop time itself. Just wind it up and make a wish."
But remember, time gives gifts, but it also asks for respect in return.
Though Eli couldn't comprehend the gravity of such a gift, he thanked Mr. Tick and tucked the golden pocket watch into his pocket, its gentle ticking a constant reminder of his extraordinary afternoon. As darkness fell over Timbleton, Eli found himself drawn back to the shop. The pocket watch, which had been lying dormant during the day, suddenly began to glow. Intrigued, Eli followed its light and discovered a narrow path behind the shop. It led to a clearing where every flower shimmered like a tiny star, and in the center stood a giant clock tree. Its branches, heavy with age, were adorned with hundreds of ticking watches instead of leaves. At the base of the tree, Eli felt a presence. Turning around, he saw Mr. Tick standing with a knowing smile. "This is the Garden of Time," he said softly, "where the hands of time stand still and every moment is a memory in the making." Suddenly, the sound of the village bell rang out, loud and clear. A storm was coming, and the first drops of rain began to fall. Startled, Eli looked at Mr. Tick, who nodded encouragingly. Taking a deep breath, Eli closed his eyes, clutched the pocket watch, and wished for time to stop. And then, as if the world itself had paused in mid-breath, everything froze. Birds stopped their songs mid-flight. The rain hung suspended in the air like diamonds, and the wind lost its voice. All around him, the world turned silent, still as a painting, frozen in an eternal present. In that stillness, Eli realized how precious every moment truly was. He spent his time helping a little puppy stuck in the rain, rescuing a butterfly caught in a leaf, and even helping the baker carry his fresh bread before time started again. As the last chime of the clock faded away, Mr. Tick appeared beside him. "You see, Eli," he said softly, "time is not to be wasted, but to be filled with kindness. The true magic of time lies not in stopping it, but in using it wisely." With a final wave, Mr. Tick vanished, and the garden with him, leaving Eli alone in the quiet stillness. As the first rays of sunlight touched his face, he opened his eyes to find the golden watch in his pocket glowing softly. It was no longer a ticking reminder of stopped time, but a silent testament to the magic he had experienced. From that day on, Eli carried the golden watch not as a toy, but as a treasure. He understood now that the gift of time was the greatest treasure of all. Every second, every minute, every hour was a chance to learn, to grow, to love, and to make a difference in the world. For time, like the river, kept flowing, and he wanted to make sure his life flowed with it. He began spending his days helping his friends, sharing his time and his laughter. He watered the old man's garden, played with the puppies, and helped his mother bake cookies. filling each moment with kindness and joy. Now, whenever Eli heard the familiar chime of a clock, he remembered the old man's words. Time was not just a tick-tock on the clock. It was a treasure to be cherished, a gift to be used wisely, and a melody to be sung with joy. So, children, remember, the most precious treasure is the time we have right now. Use it well, for time, like the river, keeps flowing and it never comes back.